Alright, what's going on YouTube? It has been 6 months since I've last made a video, and truly how I've missed you. I'm here alongside my Loft co-host, our ever-present
Megan.
Belle.
Monty.
Perfect. 8 months ago, I started a series on my Instagram page where I started building furniture and renovating our apartment. That really took on a life of its own, and you guys seem to love it, and my most requested content ever has been to make a YouTube video in depth explaining all of our choices, our interior design style, and so on. So today we're doing that. So yeah, this space is a 2,200-ish square foot industrial style loft in Providence, Rhode Island.
Yeah, so we moved here actually back last January 2023, and we actually had a different apartment than we do now because that one had a leak. So we moved into this one, and my God, the difference, especially in windows, is unbelievable. Having this many windows in your apartment really makes you feel like the space is more alive. So as soon as you walk in, you can see on the left-hand side, there's 2 massive closets, and then right above it is all of our storage. So overall, the hallway is just mainly used for storage. And then of course, we have a couple of Matt's first pieces that he's ever created, the color TV sign, which was kind of a symbol of Big Brother, as well as this hoop here that has like a little cloud shape, which a lot of people like to use when they come over.
Then towards the end of our hallway, you're met by this like 10 by 10 room that kind of greets you into the rest of the loft. We have a little bit more storage there, but mainly my biggest project ever as far as a digital footprint goes was this massive corner bench that I made a loft episode on. And then as you walk right in, because this is one big open concept and there aren't rooms, I don't have an office space dedicated, but under the stairs, I put my desk. It's a Flexi Spot Hardwood E7 Pro if you're interested. Then we have the dual monitors. The seat is one of the newest parts of the entire loft. It's by the brand Sihu. Only one of us here likes that chair. Then we have the art on the walls, which is eco-friendly. It's deconstructed tech, and kind of the art that starts in the entryway really wraps you around into the work area.
All right, moving on from this desk setup, we are heading towards the kitchen, which is honestly one of my favorite spots of the house just because it has a bunch of counters and a bunch of storage space. Not really much going on, it's just an average kitchen, but as far as the counter space goes, that is one of my favorite things ever. Moving on from the kitchen, you go down this little hallway that we have that holds both of these beautiful lockers. There's 2 of them, and it holds all of Matthew's clothes. So if we didn't have enough storage already, we have these beautiful sage green lockers, which was definitely a choice, but I knew I wanted to add some greenery on top of there. So I kind of just wanted both greens to kind of just coexist.
Okay, so right under this table, we have some cat feeders from Pet Libro, which if there's anything that's improved our quality of life other than like the windows, it is having cat feeders that just feed them themselves. So we aren't rushing home at different times, and it's all app enabled. And a big theme of this apartment is there's animals throughout it, not just our cats, but in the gallery wall, there's cat, snake, dog. On our fridge, there's cats, moths all over the apartment too. A lot of animals in here.
But moving on from this place, we are heading into the bathroom, which is one of my favorite spots. I love that I have natural light in the bathroom. Having windows in the bathroom is definitely a plus. Our last apartment did not have windows, and it was literally like a closet. So showering with natural light is one of the best feelings ever, and I'm so grateful to be able to have that experience.
You can actually hear it now. One of the coolest things about this apartment that makes us feel like a Wes Anderson film is that we have a train system that goes a stone's throw away from the apartment. It's honestly probably 60 feet away. If you're at the top of the loft, you can see it throughout every single window, making it honestly feel like you live in the tree from Mr. Fox. In a lot of movies, I feel like living near a train is a sign of like poverty. I don't know. In what, Transformers or whatever that, Wanted as well. But I genuinely love living next to a train. So as we come here, we go from the hallway to the very center of the loft. This is the Ruggable Iris Apfel Safari Collection. Iris Apfel is one of my favorite designers. She's 102 years old and still designing, which is absolutely incredible. But to complement that, we have these burnt orange IKEA chairs and this massive oval table. It has this beautiful design style with the legs that I've never seen, especially for something at IKEA. Then it is also massive. The oval shape really helps form this space. And then the burnt orange, of course, is to match the red hue within the floors. I kind of crushed that whole entire sentence. Wow.
So moving on from this area, if you go more towards the right, you have a long-standing mirror, which I use every day to get ready in the morning. And then we also have our 2 workbenches. Basically just do any crafts because the tables are already messed up because we've gotten so much paint, and we kind of just have them off to the side, but I think it adds a little bit of character to the space, as well as they're very useful if you can just do whatever to them without thinking that they're gonna get messed up because they're already messed up.
And when we own a home, they'll just end up in a garage anyway. We originally got them when we owned our thrift store just to go in the back to do actual work on, not assuming they'd ever be in one of our apartments.
So you can see here as we go throughout the rest of the place, you'll see a lot more rugs. We tried to keep it 50-50 with showing as much of the floors as possible just because they're so beautiful and they really bring out those warm tones. So we didn't want to cover it completely. So we do have a lot more rugs coming over to this direction.
I guess the next spot is more of an entertainment spot. When we have people over, obviously we don't want them on our white couch for obvious reasons, and so we kind of all hang out in this area. It's where people gravitate to. It's this wide open area with our record player, this thrifted coffee table, my toolbox, the Plycraft Eames style chair.
My favorite part about this whole area is actually the mini fridge. This mini fridge has been up in our loft for some time. We just haven't really had a good space for it. And also I thought the color was just a little bit too crazy for the area, but I decided to bring it down, see how it would look, and honestly I'm so happy I made that decision because we're able to store all of the alcohol in there, beers, anything that people need while they're over. We have this little bookshelf area that is just made out of simply wood and cinder blocks that we made from a TikTok, and it holds everything up from his tools, some books, the cat toys, and of course the record player. If you notice this table, it was also in our living room. We decided to move it more into this space because it's more of a conversation table where there's a bunch of different angles, so there's a bunch of people that can fit around it and play whatever games. So when we have people over, game nights, stuff like that, we're able to play cards or, you know, Jenga also.
Technical difficulties. Moving on to our living room. This is where you can see more of the rugs, but definitely my favorite. It's called the Peach Khaki Rug USA rug, and I think the peach color in a rug is something that you don't really come across very often. I'm obsessed with it.
We specifically picked out this rug because it went so well with the color of our floors. And as you can see here, it is so beautiful how it takes all of the white hues and kind of blends it in to make it match with the couch, and then all of those darker orange hues to match with the floor. So it really brings the whole space together.
Then of course we have the couch. Now getting an all white couch is definitely a choice. We are obsessed with this couch. It is genuinely the most comfortable couch I've ever sat on, and our cats would agree that's exactly where they sleep all day every day, especially in the photo I'm looking at now. Then what else do we have? We have a Noguchi Erman Miller coffee table. Lately we've been going kind of from picking up IKEA pieces to more designer pieces gradually. So you'll see there's a bunch of Herman Miller, the Plycraft Eames table, all thrifted as well, all amazing Facebook Marketplace scores. We have the hand chair that we've had for years. We had that in our thrift store. We got that for under $100, which is crazy for that piece. Then we go on to our entertainment center. This is the first piece of furniture I ever built, and somehow it is held up perfectly. There's not a single nail in this. Yeah, honestly, because I only used wood glue to put the whole thing together, but this thing is sturdy as a rock.
And then we like to have a bunch of books as well. A lot of the books are thrifted. We do go to local bookstores as well and buy some books. And of course, we have some records that go along with our record player and the 2 fish because I am a Pisces.
Here's a thrifting hack. Coffee table books can be so expensive if you buy them new, and of course support all your local bookstores. But if you are going into Savers or any other thrift store just to thrift, go check out the book section. You are going to be amazed by how many beautiful coffee table books are just discarded by owners and put into thrift stores. It's crazy. Most of our $100 plus coffee table books we got for $4.99. We have the TV, which is one thing we do want to change. Damn, we hate Rokus. Yeah, and it would be
one thing we definitely need to change.
My favorite piece of furniture in this entire loft is this piece. Right now, it is behind us under the painting, but usually it is a little more in the living room. It is the Herman Miller spun chair. It is not many pieces of furniture also enact as an experience as well, but this chair 100% does that. Anytime someone new comes over the apartment, whether it's guests or throwing a party or just someone coming in, a lot of people in this apartment complex borrow tools from me, but we have everybody try out the Herman Miller Spun chair. So Megan's birthday week, we did drive to New York, get it, and have it hanging out the back of the car the entire way back from New York. But I can't recommend this chair enough. So the last two pieces to mention that I totally forgot about. One is the Kowei Air Mega 400 air purifier. In some of my videos in the past few months, you could literally see how much dust collects in a space with multiple cats, where you work with yarn, where you work with wood. Particles are bound to be all over the place, but with this thing, and again, this is not a paid ad, I just love this piece, is the air purifier. Behind us, a lot of people love this piece. I'm indifferent about it, but it did great on my Instagram. It is this concrete side table. It is probably 500 pounds. You cannot move it.
But yeah, moving on from the living room, we have this beautiful framed piece of artwork just hanging up on our wall. It's really important that our space has a really large piece because these walls itself are just so massive, and they are literally floor to ceiling, like 30 feet. So it was really important to have a big art piece to fill up a large area of the wall.
We mainly have the upstairs as our sleeping area. There's not much furniture up there, so we have our bed, which we might need to replace soon as well. Then we have a secondary living room.
Yeah, so we basically moved the couch up there because the cats are really familiar with it, and anytime we have guests over, it's kind of a feel of safety for them, so they're able to just hop in there and hide.
It's like a hideout. From, I guess, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. it is flooded with natural light. Sometimes that can be annoying, obviously, but in those instances we can shut the blinds. But truly, that is my favorite part about this apartment. Yeah, it is so peaceful. Like, I just literally love where we live, and maybe a house is coming in the future, but my God, I love this apartment.
Overall, I feel like this is our space, our home, and we've really made it and crafted each individual item to make sure that it fits our vibe and our aesthetic. Let us know what you think our aesthetic is, because honestly, I'm not too sure.
Last thing to mention, I know I can yap and we have Easter plans, but we had a lot more custom furniture in here, but the show Fish Tank came. They're also a local production from Providence, Rhode Island, came and like wiped our apartment clean a couple months ago, so we had to like build up again with the custom furniture, and we have again Easter plans, so we do have to go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Genuinely, I hope you enjoyed the video. I always love coming back to YouTube, even if it is like 3 times in the past year. I definitely need to upload more, but yeah, no, thank you guys so much for watching. It has been Matt
And Megan.
and yeah, your Loft hosts, and we'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya. Peace out.